What's up, guys? I hope you guys are having a good day so far. I'm super excited for this episode. We sign a new driver. We also go to Baku, and with 5 laps left, we're holding on to 10th because once again, a safety car has changed the face of the race. Can we hold on to 10th? Pato O'Ward has now gotten to an 80. I'm hoping he gets to an 81 by the end of the season. We have a new chassis for him as well. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're trying to make as many of these parts last to the finish as we can. We are now 1.2. I'll show you guys real quick. We're now cost cap fine. We have exceeded the cost cap by 1.2. We have 8 races left. That's why we're going to skip the sprints. So we're going to put on all bad parts for the sprints and skip them, basically. We're going to simulate the sprint. It's be like, it's a lost cause, basically. And just try to limp to the end of the season. So we're just going to do Grand Prix from here on out. Just for the first season. I won't be skip. The hope is that we'll have enough money where we don't have to do this in season number 2. But we're going to skip sprints. We're going to use all terrible parts because there's a bigger possibility of getting points in Grand Prix than in sprint races. So that's what we're going to end up doing. So here's what we're doing for our pit crew training. They're going to be a little bit tired, but it's okay. They still just have about a 10% chance to making mistakes anyway. Then we're just going to get a little bit faster, make everybody just a little bit better. All right, so let's just take a look at Grosjean real quick. His engine has a minor fault. We have to spend $5 million. This is the last decent engine he has. So we really are just going to throw on all bad parts on him. He's just not going to finish well, everybody. I'm sorry. We're just going to toss him back there, and he's just going to pick up 20 seconds and 21st, most likely. Off to Azerbaijan, and we're going to go 18th and 21st because we took all the good parts off of Grosjean. All right, so welcome to the race weekend. I made a mistake and thought that this was a sprint like it was in the last game. It was not. I forgot. So I accidentally skipped qualifying. So we qualified 22nd and 19th. Wonderful. So here's what we're going to do for O'Ward. We're going to try to just go really hard the entire time. So we're going to go attacking the entire time. Same with Grosjean, but we're just going to flip it for Grosjean. We're going to try to go a little bit longer just to kind of keep, just to make sure nothing happens with double pitting and stuff like that. So O'Ward's going to go short first, and then we're going to go a little bit longer, and then we're going to go a little bit longer. By this time, we're probably going to get lapped or get close to being lapped, so I don't want to burn off all the good tires in the beginning. So here we go, Azerbaijan. All right, we're starting in the back this time, and let's see how quickly we can move forward with Pato O'Ward because Grosjean has engine issues already. This is his last good engine. He's already having engine issues, and he has a really, really bad car. So let's see what we can do with O'Ward here in the beginning of the race, as Joe is having issues as well. So hopefully we can make up some time in the very, very beginning and get by some of these guys. And there we go. We're going to go, and we're going to probably take Joe right here on turn number 3, as we're going to just brake a little bit later. There it is. Brake a little bit later than Joe. And we are going to make the easy pass on Zhou Guanyu, as Grosjean has actually made his way up into 18th place. And he is fighting with Valtteri Bottas to keep 18th. And O'Ward is now at the back of Kevin Magnussen. And it looks like O'Ward is now trying to take Magnussen on the inside as everybody's just kind of lining up. And I think that we just pushed Magnussen off, and now we're going to try to track down Valtteri Bottas, and we're going to try to make up some time on Valtteri here, as everything is a little bit congested. We are just trying to take advantage of the congestion, being super, super duper aggressive, and just trying to make something happen here, as we started in the back because of my brilliance in putting on all bad parts and then accidentally simulating. So let's see what we can do with Valtteri, and we're going to get a good exit. So the good news is that Bottas has lost a lot of ground on Grosjean. And so even if we don't get him here, we're going to be able to get him on the next DRS straight, which is probably preferred. It's probably preferred that we don't pass him right here, but we pass him on the DRS straight. leading into all of the technical turns and stuff like that. And we're going to brake just a tad later than him, and we're going to go ahead and get a halfway decent exit, but that's going to open up the door for Valtteri Bottas to actually have DRS, which isn't preferred. So we're going to knock off our the battery here, and we're just going to follow Valtteri and then try to take him on the next turn. On the next DRS, I should say. I should have kept the battery on, because now Zhou has caught Grosjean and we're outside of DRS range of Zhou Guanyu, and so Kevin Magnussen is going to look up the inside, and I don't know if he's going to complete the move. He's going to grab DRS right about now-ish, and there he goes. And there is a major crash, Ricciardo and Sargent, and so the safety car is deployed. And so we're going to go throw it on standard. I'm not sure if Magnussen got the pass on Award, and so that's going to be a good part for us. And that's going to automatically move us up into a halfway decent position. And that's going to help us be able to conserve some tires for the end of the race as well. Oh, Logan Sargent just took him out. Hopefully everybody's okay. All right, so after the safety car, we are 10th and 11th, which is fantastic. Didn't really expect that to happen, and now Grosjean and Award are 10th and 11th, respectively. And we've got Russell fighting us on the outside here, and Russell is going to take us, but he has no wheels! That's hilarious! What's going on? He has no wheels! Russell has no wheels. How is he going this fast without any wheels on? What a glitch! He has no wheels! He's on hard tires, but he has no wheels! Alright, so Award is now gotten by Grosjean. I couldn't find the replay of that, but Award now is coming up on Hulkenberg, so Award's in 10th, which is exactly what we actually wanted, because Grosjean was just going to hold Award up a little bit. And so now Award is going to be able to get some DRS off of Alonso and off of Hulkenberg. And the hope is that we can pass probably Hulkenberg on the next DRS straight, as it looks like Grosjean is going to hold up Russell just a little bit here. And we are going to take that off of Grosjean and try to hold up Russell. Try to hold up as many people as possible. So let's take off the fuel. Let's make him go even slower. And so here we go. Now we're going to go and get DRS off of Hulkenberg and off of Alonso. And we're going to get closer and closer to Alonso and Tsunoda. Russell obviously was able to get easily past Grosjean and Stroll. And you can see Alonso and Stroll. What is going on? Who also doesn't have wheels? Hamilton doesn't have wheels. Ocon doesn't have wheels. Albon doesn't have wheels. What is going on? I want no wheels. They look really cool. They're hovering. They're like hoverboards. It's amazing. They're like hoverboards. Why do I have wheels and they don't? Why does Hulkenberg? Maybe it must be a pit stop. Maybe if you get... I don't know. It's a weird glitch that's going on right now. But we're able to keep up with Alonso, Hulkenberg, and it looks like Tsunoda. Hamilton is able to get by Grosjean, so now it's time to throw the fuel back on, as we've held up as many people as we possibly can. But what this does is that Award's energy is gone. Award's energy is gone. What this does is it allows us to be able to take Grosjean. Grosjean is going to get 21st or better, so we are going to get a payout for Grosjean, even if he wrecks at this point. And Award is going to grab DRS off of Hulkenberg, but Hulkenberg is not going to have DRS off of Alonso or Tsunoda. This is not a bad plan by Award to hang behind Hulkenberg. Unless you hit him. Don't hit him. And so it's not a bad idea, because this is where we can actually take advantage right now. Is where we can take advantage. We can break a little bit later. We can get around him. We can grab DRS. And now we can go up and try to... We have DRS. What the heck? What the heck? There we go. And we can actually go and try to catch Alonso and Sonoda, as we are going to be going extremely hard over the next few laps with O'Ward. So Russell has gotten by O'Ward, and we are now starting to get up into some of these cars who are just a little bit faster than us, and Russell and Stroll and Hulkenberg is starting to continue to fall back a little bit here. And so hopefully what this can do is this can pull us along, maybe back to Alonso or something like that, as we're going to grab DRS off of Russell. And we're going to look to the outside of Russell, and we're going to actually make the pass on Russell, who has no wheels, who's going hoverboard mode. And then we are going to be able to, can we go move to the outside where Russell's going to grab DRS one more time. And we are going to, I think we're going to have DRS off of Russell again, and we do, and that's going to give us probably the advantage and maybe giving us the ability to take him before the next turn and maybe get us in front of Russell, and we're not going to be able to brake late enough, and Russell's going to get by us. Russell has now pulled out in front of us by more than 1 second, so we're not going to get DRS off of Russell, and in fact, Stroll is going to get DRS off of us, and so we're going to drop to 11th, but we still have some pit stops to make. I'm not sure if Russell's going to make another pit stop today. I think he can make it from there if he really, really wants to, and Stroll is not going to be able to take us. We're only 4 laps away from actually going into the pits as we are starting to develop faults. Who developed the fault?
Okay, let's get on it.
Ocon. Who else? Do we develop a fault? No. Oh, our ERS is not good right now. That's fine. And so there goes Lance Stroll. Let's see who was in. So Lance Stroll took us, and so now let's try to keep up with Lance and not let Hamilton by us, so maybe we can get some DRS off of Lance. We're starting to fall off a cliff on our performance with these tires as everybody's starting to go by us, around us, and so everybody's got way better tires than us and faster cars than us, which is okay. We knew this was going to happen. We're going to end up getting an undercut and hopefully make up some time in our with our undercuts and stuff like that. So let's see if we can just keep up the best that we can before our pit stop. And it looks like Norris is having right issues. It's probably because he has tires. All the hoverboards are doing really well. So Hamilton hasn't passed us quite yet, but Hamilton's going to fall right back into our slipstream, and Hamilton is going to go and nab DRS off of us, and that's going to let him be able to get around us a little bit. And O'Ward, once again, 3 laps away. O'Ward not able to keep up with Hamilton, and Ocon now looks like he is going to get around us. We are in survival mode. Hulkenberg has dove into the pits. We're in survival mode. We've got 2 laps until we pit. All right, so O'Ward has fallen victim to a lot of people at this point. So he's going to come in, and we're going to try to establish the undercut on some of these guys. Grosjean is about 4 laps away from pitting. O'Ward's going to be let out with a 2.7. Not a great pit stop. We should be doing a little bit better than that. But we're going to come out in 19th right behind Zhou Guanyu, who is also a hoverboard. Now we're a hoverboard! We're going to go fast because we're a hoverboard now. All right, so what a fun glitch. I mean, it does look like we're in a new, like, I don't even know, like we're in the future or something like that. So it looks like we're in the future. It's fun, even though it's very, very glitchy. What's happened?
Go back to doing lift and coast now.
All right, so we need to get by Zhou Guanyu a little bit quicker than we got to get by Zhou Guanyu pretty quickly here because we definitely don't want to be brake late. Oh, he almost left you room. And Zhou almost smacked the wall. We need to get by Zhou because this is going to significantly hurt our undercut if we are not able to get by him fairly quickly. All right, so here we're going to look to the outside of Zhou here, and we're not going to be able to make the pass here, and so hopefully we can make the pass and maybe exiting the final turn before, maybe right here we can get him. We can get him right here, and there we go. We got right past Zhou, and so hopefully we can continue to drive away from Zhou, that he's not going to get DRS, not going to get us on the DRS straight. He might get us on the DRS straight here. Joe looks like he's used a lot of battery, and so Award's going to try to cover him off. Joe's going to look to the outside. The hoverboards are going after it now, and so Award is going to, I think Joe's going to pass Award. We should get past Pierre Gasly, hopefully. And Award is not going to let Joe by, and we're going to get by Gasly. A great exit for Award. We're going to do it one more time. We're going to get a good deploy right here to try to stay in front of Joe. I know that's probably going to spend battery that we don't have at the end of the lap, but that's going to keep us in front of Joe and make us be able to cover him off and not pass us for a while. Hulkenberg's annoying, just like the last race. What tires is he on? Obviously, we've got to look, and so Hulkenberg looks like he is pushing maybe with his battery as well, as we are trying to catch Valtteri as quickly as we possibly can. And it looks like Hulkenberg is going to try to get by Award. They're going to brake basically at the same time, and Award is going to keep the advantage through the long portion that does not have DRS. Hopefully we can get as close to Grosjean as we can. We've actually caught the back end of Grosjean during that lap, which is going to give Award DRS, which is going to keep Hulkenberg behind us. And so we're going to grab DRS off of Grosjean, and Grosjean's just going to hold us up for just a second. And then we're going to be able to get right by Romain Grosjean, who's going to come into the pits on the next lap here. And there we go. We're going to keep Grosjean. We're actually going to tell him to don't fight, teammate. Make the switch. Thank you. Team orders. Team orders. And now we're going to be able to hopefully be able to take Bottas here very, very quickly. Grosjean's doing us a favor by holding up Hulkenberg, and we are going to actually take Magnussen right there, and we're going to go too wide through this those really tight corners. And it looks like Award is going to maintain, and he's going to be able to pull away. All right, so Grosjean into the pits. And we're going to put on hard tires. He's not a hoverboard, so he's not cool. But we're going to put on hard tires, maybe complete an undercut of some sort with a really bad car. If he ends up not in 20th, I think that would be really, really impressive by us, especially because he has almost all old parts on. And so now here comes the challenge. Can we catch Alonso and continue undercutting some of these guys? I guess Alonso's in front of us, but maybe undercut Stroll, Albon, and Ocon. Let's see what happens. There's a yellow flag. Sainz just threw a ridiculously fast lap. Oh, Award spun! You idiot. All right, so let's see what happened. Award going in, and he loses the back end. Yep. Oh, at least he didn't hit anything. At least he didn't hit anything. All right, so let's be aggressive on the pace and try to keep as much tire as we can. Because of that spin, we have fallen into the clutches of Kevin Magnussen. I think we can probably, let's go ahead and go attacking. And if we need to go lighter on the hard tires, we can. But it looks like we got caught by Kevin. Grosjean has successfully undercut Joe. But we're going to grab DRS off of Kevin Magnussen, and then Nico Hulkenberg is just right up the road. Just a little bit. We're going to brake, and we're going to be able to squeeze off Kevin Magnussen. Let's see if we can catch Hulkenberg, and then maybe from there we can catch Bottas. All right, so we have caught Nico Hulkenberg, and we're going to actually be able to grab DRS off of Nico here as we're sandwiched in between two Hasses. And Award is going to grab DRS. Bottas is going to go into the pits, and so is Hulkenberg. But that's going to give us DRS and be able to stay in front of Magnussen for now, as Magnussen's going to brake late. And he is not going to be able to overtake us. Thought that was going to happen. It doesn't look like it. So instead, Magnussen is going to be able to possibly take us on this straight instead. Here comes Kevin Magnussen. He's going to go and look down the inside. Nico Hulkenberg is going to have issues in the pits. And it looks like we might be able to retain our lead over Magnussen. And there it is. K-Mag coming up the inside. And he is going to brake just a little bit later. And he's going to try to squeeze us. And he's going to have to let us go. There's a little bit of contact between the two of us. A little bit of contact. Nothing too bad for both of us, but that's gotta be Magnussen's fault. Right? He's going to brake, and he is not going to leave us room on the outside. And so that's got to be K-Mag. Hey, watch your language. Do not call my driver that.
And you can just feel the frustration.
You were the one who didn't leave us space, Magnussen. All right, so don't even go there. You don't even have a contract for next season. I don't know who. Yes, and Magnussen. See, you are the one. You have the penalty, Magnussen. You were the one who caused that. You didn't leave him any room. You have to leave room, Magnussen. You moron. Safety car. What's happened? This is going to be perfect for Award. All right, so safety car. We're going to bring Award in right now, and we're going to throw on hard tires, I think. And it looks like Norris is out, by the way. We'll check on that in just a second. And then for Grosjean, I think let's go ahead and throw on some soft tires. Because we're gonna go risky business with Award. With Grosjean, I mean. Okay, so let's check this out too. So keep in mind we're gonna have a free pit stop. We might do the same thing that we did in the last race here. So let's say we throw on softs. You know, may need a little bit longer. Maybe we don't. Throw on softs. Oops. And then we throw on softs again. Is that faster than this strategy? I think that it is. We're going to do this. We're actually going to pull the same stunt that we did last time. We're going to pull it with Grosjean as well. So we're going to pull the same thing. So let's actually go back and edit this. We're going to go softs this lap. Grosjean is already going to put softs on for this lap. That's perfect. And now we're going to be able to take advantage of the safety car. So let's see what happens. Let's see where we come out. But we're going to check on Lando. We're not able to click on Lando anymore, but Lando is out. I'm not sure if anybody else is, but Lando Norris has crashed, which is not going to help the papaya at all. Norris, let's see if it shows us the crash. It's not going to show us the crash. So hopefully we can take advantage of this. Red flag. No, that's not what we wanted. We wanted a safety car. Safety car would have given us a little bit more of an advantage, I think. So we're going to go, same strategy though, same thing, doing the same thing. Here we go. Now everything is reset. We've got our new tires on. We're going to throw on the fuel, throw on the ERS. I'm not sure who else is going to be doing this strategy. We might be the only ones. We will see. I don't know why we're not like on Award, but let's see. There's a couple people who are going to go to the finish. So Ocon, Albon, and the two Hasses are going to go to the finish. Award has been able to make a few passes already as he's going to make another one on Pierre Gasly, and he's going to catch up to Albon as well. And let's see if he does try to go down the inside of Alexander Albon, and he is going to be able to keep up with Albon so far. And let's see if he is able to make the pass here. And Award is going to get all the way up to 12th. And so up to 12th goes Award. And now Ocon is in front. Alonso is going with the hard tire strategy. And so maybe if one more thing happens, we might be able to get into the top 10 because I think we're going to be able to take Ocon. Grosjean has gotten by Albon as well. See, even with all the bad parts that Grosjean has, he's going to end up with a halfway decent finish as well. And so fantastic from Grosjean, and Award is still very much in the play for points here as well. So we might be able to nick some points at the end of the day at Baku. And so hopefully this is going to end up working out in our favor once again, as Award looks like he might attempt to go down the inside, but this time he has learned his lesson not to take that corner too hot and let his back end get pull out from the behind. We'll edit that out. That's a crappy way to say that. All right, so with DRS enabled, now maybe we can take Ocon and Alonso here. We're gonna look up the inside of Ocon. We're gonna use our battery, get some DRS, go file into his slipstream, and we've left Grosjean behind us a little bit, and so we're gonna file into the slipstream, and I don't think we're gonna be able to take Ocon. Ocon has serious mechanical issues though, and so hopefully this is going to give us the advantage on Ocon, be able to pass Ocon, and be able to catch right up to Alonso. Alright, O'Ward looks like he is really wanting to try to take Ocon before the final turn into the DRS rate, and that's not what's going to happen. And so Ocon is going to keep us up behind him, and we are hopefully going to get DRS off of Ocon and maybe slingshot us up to Alonso. I think that was too early of a pass. Too early of a pass on Ocon. I think Ocon's going to actually get DRS off of us because of that timing line. That's exactly what's going to happen. We were just a bit too aggressive, and Ocon actually has DRS off of O'Ward. And let's see, O'Ward is going to be able to keep him behind him. He does, and he's going to be a little bit more aggressive in that turn. Be able to pull out just a little bit. Ocon's going to try to make the pass here on this next DRS straight, and I am not sure if Ocon is definitely gonna have the tire to do it. And there goes Ocon. Grosjean actually has DRS as well, and we're probably gonna have to wait another lap before we can pass Ocon. Now that Ocon has sufficiently held us up a little bit, we're gonna be able to get DRS off of Ocon, and we're gonna be able to pull right past Ocon, and then hopefully I'm gonna use a little bit of battery on the next before the next DRS straight to keep Ocon behind us, I think. And so let's go ahead and check that out. We're going to use a little bit of battery. I know that's going to cost us in the last straight, but I think that we're going to be able to pull away from Ocon during the middle portion of this lap. But we need to pull pretty significantly far out in front of him, and that's what we've done. And so we're going to be able to complete the pass here on Ocon, not let him by, and then now we're going to try to chase down the two Aston Martins. All right, so O'Ward has been tracked down by Pierre Gasly over the last few laps. He has 2 laps to go before we are going to actually bring him into the pits. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead, tell him to come into the pits here. Grosjean has 1 lap to go. We're pitting O'Ward just a little bit later than Grosjean, but hopefully we can keep up with Pierre Gasly here. Maybe repass him right here and then be able to keep up with him over the next few laps so he can pull us along, or at least shove him back behind us a little bit more so that we have a possibility of repassing him. But it doesn't look like we're going to catch Alonso. I think that the Aston Martin's a little bit too fast, so we need something else to happen in the top 10 to get points. We're kind of just ignoring Grosjean for now because Grosjean is not going to be competitive probably for the rest of the race here, and so he needs to actually go attacking. But O'Ward is the one that I think is going to be able to possibly get points. So we were able to keep up with Pierre Gasly for the last 2 laps, and now we're pulling into the pits and hopefully getting a fast pit stop. Grosjean had a bad pit stop. O'Ward looks like he is going to also have a bad pit stop. You got to be kidding me. You got to be... Let him go! Oh my gosh! Oh! At least Rendeep is coming in next year. At least Rendeep's coming in next year, so this kind of crap doesn't happen. We should have been right behind Ocon. We'll catch him in a lap or 2, but seriously. All right, so at the end of the lap, we have officially caught Ocon, and we got DRS off him, so we're going to slingshot right around Ocon and now try to take Hulkenberg and make our way back up as close to the top 10 as we can possibly get. Let's see if we can track Gasly back down. And Hulkenberg's got an issue as well, and so as long as Ocon doesn't retake us, which I don't think he's going to be able to, we should be fine. We'll catch Hulkenberg very, very quickly. Probably before the end of the lap, we will catch Hulkenberg. So we have officially caught Hulkenberg. Let's see if O'Ward can do something and try to get the pass, and exactly what he's going to try to do early on in all of these left turns is that he's going to try to get the pass on Hulkenberg to try to get rid of him, get him out of the way, and then we can focus on K-Mag and try to catch Kevin Magnussen. As long as Hulkenberg doesn't retake us on the straight, I think we will be good to start tracking down Kevin Magnussen. A safety car is deployed. A safety car is deployed.
Safety car deployed.
And that's going to shuffle some things up here.
And we've had a crash on track.
And Ocon is the one who's crashed. Ocon, who we just passed, has crashed. Let's see what has happened. And he gets, takes a hard hit. So that is not a good thing for us. For all of these hard runners that have stayed out, like Magnussen and Albon and Alonso, they should be coming in. And some of these guys like Perez have kind of lucked out. A ton of people are pulling into the pits. Let's see if we can hop any of them. All right, so we were able to hop Bottas and Magnussen, which is really disappointing that this has kind of happened at this point. Because I felt like we could have made a really good run at it. Everybody has about even tires in front of us. Hopefully we can maybe make some moves. I don't know. I felt like we had a good strategy until Ocon decided to crash. With the safety car ending, it looks like it's going to be a shootout to the finish. Everybody should be doing the exact same thing, attacking, displaying all their ERS, all the battery that they can. And Grosjean, there we go. So everybody should be attacking to the finish. Grosjean's going to have a little bit of a disadvantage, but everybody else is going to be relatively the same. Bottas and Magnussen are going to have a little bit of advantage over everybody else, but this is going to be a absolute, I think, an 8 lap shootout to the finish. So let's see what happens here and see if we can take just a few spots. So here we go. Safety car is ending. Everybody looks like they're a hoverboard. Everybody's a hoverboard except for Grosjean. Grosjean's not a hoverboard because he's lame. Everybody else is a hoverboard to the finish. All right, everybody has 100% battery. At least they should have 100% battery after this. And it's all going to come down to 6 laps to go. Everything's going to come down to, do you have the better car, and can you get the advantage off of any sort of turn here? We're going to already look to the inside of Albon. We're going to try to take Albon early on here, and we're going to get a good exit out of that corner, and we're actually going to be able to take Albon. We're actually going to be looking at Gasly here, too. Let's see if we can take Pierre Gasly. Gasly's going to pull off of us a little bit, but he's going to get stuck in line behind Daddy's money, Lance Stroll, and I think that we're going to actually be able to take Gasly here. Gasly's going to look up the inside, but we're going to have a better exit. Pierre Gasly's going to fall behind Award, and we are now looking into 10th place is right here in front of us to possibly take some points out of Baku. Going for the move on Lance Stroll, and I think we're going to be able to complete the move on Lance Stroll, and we do. We have moved into 10th place. Now we need to stay in contact with Alonso the best that we possibly can. So Alonso, come back. Alonso, come back. Alonso, come back. Come on, Alonso. Do us a favor, Alonso. This might be a battle to the finish with Lance Stroll. We might need to time it just perfectly with Lance. And Lance is going to actually try to take us right here. We're going to let him have it. We're going to throw it on neutral. We're going to let him have it. Award, let him have it. Award, let him have it. Award, let him have that spot. Let him have it. All right, deploy. Deploy. Get away from him. Get away.
Overtake available.
Go away. All right, so Lance Stroll is going to be able to take Award here. And we're going to actually throw it on neutral to try to keep as much battery as we possibly can. We're going to let Lance have that. Maybe he can bring us back up to Alonso to start competing with guys up there, as Piastri is having some issues as well. And so we got to play the battery game here a little bit with our boy Award to try to not let Stroll get too far out in front of us, but we don't want to use as much of the battery as we possibly can to try to get the advantage on Stroll. And it looks like Gasly is staying pretty far behind us, and so I'm going to go ahead and deploy here because we can't let Lance Stroll get away from us. And then we will fall into the clutches of Pierre Gasly. We might have played the game a little bit. We might not have played the game well enough on this lap. We will see. Good exit there is going to keep us somewhat in touch. And then a good exit here should be able to keep us in touch as well. And so we will see if we played the game correctly or not. It is going to be very, very close to get DRS off of Lance Stroll here and keep Pierre Gasly behind us. I think we played the game just about right. And so let's see if we get DRS here going into the DRS zone. We did get DRS. I don't know if Pierre Gasly got DRS on us, but we are going to have enough battery to be able to pull back up to Lance. Hopefully, maybe probably not on this DRS straight, but on the next DRS straight through hopefully through the next few turns we can catch back up with Lance Stroll and keep Gasly behind us. Pierre Gasly's going to look up the inside. He's going to try to brake just a little bit later, but O'Ward's going to have the battery to pull back out in front. And now we're going to try to catch right back up to Stroll and keep Gasly behind us. Grosjean's doing really well in 16th. We're actually going to cut his battery off here, but we're going to use as much battery as we can to try to catch back up to Stroll with O'Ward. I should have left the battery on because we would have been in line with these guys if we were able to, if we left the battery on. So I'm kind of kicking myself for not doing that. And Gasly's not going away. Gasly's still not going away. And so we're going to deploy out of there. I just feel like they have so much more battery than we do.
We have Gasly.
Yeah, he is gaining on us, and we're going to go ahead and empty a lot of the battery here. And we're not going to be able to keep up with the Aston Martin with just a few laps left. But Pierre Gasly is going to end up grabbing DRS off of us, and is going to get by us. And here goes Gasly down the inside. Let's see if he's able to complete the move. He is not going to be able to complete the move, but he is going to be able to grab DRS off of us here. Right there is where he's going to grab DRS. He's going to complete the pass pretty quickly, and he's going to drive up the road. And Gasly is not able to make any sort of headway on these drivers right up here either. And we're going to look to the inside of Pierre, and hopefully we can get by Pierre. Piastri is now falling to 10th place, so maybe we can catch Piastri by the end because Piastri's having issues, except that he just pulled right back in front of Lance Stroll. I don't know what's going to happen. We have made a little bit of time up on Piastri and Stroll as Gasly is going to go, as we're going to get DRS off of Pierre Gasly here. And we're going to spend a little bit of, Hulkenberg has pulled is most likely out of the race. And so I'm actually going to spend a little bit of battery right there and try to stay in front of Pierre the best that we can. So we're going to try to drive away. There we go. And we might have to leave it on for the next turn. I don't think we are going to need to, so we're going to go ahead and cut it off right there. And we're going to see if we can catch up to Piastri by the time the next turn happens. Here, Gasly's going to try to take us right there. He's not going to be able to. We're going to empty absolutely everything that we've got for the end here. And there go, and Pierre Gasly is going to stay behind us for a little bit. We're going to empty our battery here, just trying to stay in front of Pierre the best that we can, but it looks like Pierre was able to empty a little bit of battery. He's going to fall into our strip team. He's going to look to the outside. He's going to look back to the inside. We're going to follow the racing line, look back to the outside, and Gasly's going to catch DRS, and can Gasly pass us to the last second, and O'Ward's going to keep us, and there goes Magnussen, and Magnussen takes 11th place.
Okay, and that is the check flag.
Oh, what a change of events!
MP12 then.
Oh, Magnussen came out of absolutely nowhere to snatch 11th place away from us. Not going to happen. Not going to matter for points, but an absolute great finish to Baku. All right, so we were able to hop 10 places with O'Ward. My qualifying blunder I think kind of affected us a little bit there. So O'Ward able to get 12th place, salvage 12th. What an insane race. Red flag, a few yellow flags, a lot of fun there. And so that's fantastic. And Ferrari is not able to do a whole lot, but McLaren have fallen way back in the championship run. Red Bull pulls a little bit closer, but I'm not sure if they're going to have enough time to catch Ferrari. But that really helps them secure second place in front of McLaren. We have pulled off a huge move. Huge move. So we're going to have to pay him a lot. But we've got Carlos Sainz. So we are 3 months left in his contract. Nobody has picked him up. Things are going crazy in the car market right now. I've been looking at things. I don't want to spoil the surprise for the beginning of next season, but there has been some really fun movement so far. And Carlos Sainz still has not had a ride. Williams did not come in for him like in real life. And so Team Andretti is going to come in for him. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to pay him a lot, but it is definitely going to be worth it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Ben and I am Baldman Gaming. If you guys like this video, like, subscribe, and comment down below. I'd love to talk to you guys in the comment section. And as always, peace out and God bless.